TMCnet at NextCom 2008.
Good afternoon. Welcome again. I'm Erick coming to you from Las Vegas, Nevada at NextCom 2008. I'm joined now by Tekelec's Robby Benedyk, Senior Product Manager and co-author of the enum server provisioning specification. Welcome, Robby.
Thank you.
So to get us started, can you tell me just a little bit about Tekelec?
Yeah, sure. Tekelec has been around for quite a while. I've been there 18 years, and we produce STP type equipment, core signaling infrastructure for the SS7 network. Mm-hmm. So if you've made a voice call today on your mobile phone, or if you sent it a text message, we thank you because you've used our equipment. And so we sit there in the core of the network and provide that service. And we're branching out into new things like IMS, text messaging ourselves, providing services for that.
Great. So what exactly are you looking to accomplish here at NextCom?
So we were working on the protocol for enum. And primarily, one of the aspects of it is we believe that half of the job was being done several years ago when the enum specification came out. And a lot of it is that there was no way to get the data inside the system. A lot of proprietary systems have been built, but no true open standard. And so over the last couple of months, 6-7 months, we've been working on an open standard with VeriSign and other operators and companies to develop a standard so that we can provision this enum system and provide data in there. And what it does, it enables peering to occur much easier. So a common registry can provide this data across multiple operators, and it allows them to accelerate their VoIP deployments, IMS deployments. So that's kind of, we've been trying to get the word out about that aspect of it.
Great. Now you actually earlier this week announced something with VeriSign, in fact, right?
Correct. Yeah, so we've announced interop testing. We completed interop testing between the two products. So we have a product, they have a product. Our TechPath Route Director and their Network Router Director provides this interop function. So we've actually done testing. We've gone through a set of test cases to verify the protocol and the specification. A lot of the things that are in early specifications, when the specs are initially submitted to IETF, they're very rough. And what we've done over the last 6-7 months is ironed out some of those spots and made it much smoother. And doing that, we've done interop testing with them. And so we announced that we've completed that interop testing and we're supporting the protocol.
What kind of reaction are you seeing here at the show, or in general, regarding that?
I think it's new. I think that enum has been talked about in several areas, but I don't think people understood the aspect of trying to get the data in there to accelerate the provisioning of this information to enable multiple operators to interop together. So I think they're seeing it as a new phenomenon that hasn't been talked about before.
We're also seeing sort of a renewed interest and attention being focused on enum, aren't we? It seems to have sort of stalled. As did many other technologies for a little while. Right.
Yeah, so I mean, IMS, you see kind of a peak in that. With enum, what happened was there was a thrust to say, here's the specification, here's systems that implement the specification, but there wasn't VoIP, there wasn't enough take-up of VoIP subscribers. And so what we see is this migration now that we're going to see it maybe hit the 10% mark on VoIP subscribers. And what that will do is enable peer-to-peer signaling. And as part of that, enum is becoming more a part of that because it is the core database for routing in a subscriber's network. It provides that core information. And so now they're having to say, well, before I was just playing with VoIP, and now I'm actually going to go and interop with somebody else. I need the full thing. And so enum's kind of reviving as we see it now. And then the provisioning becoming more part of that.
And how are service providers reacting? Are they accepting? Are they showing interest?
Very much. I mean, we see a lot of RFPs coming in across the world. We see them coming in from India and Europe and in North America. They're looking for these systems, and they're looking for robust systems that are at scale, systems that can start small and grow large, have high transaction rate, and be reliable. And so we're seeing, I have 2 or 3 inquiries per week on enum systems, how to provide that solution.
Has the creation of the specifications helped drive interest?
Tremendously. So we were able to tell we have a whole story now. And many of them are looking and say, well, how do I get the data inside there? And so some of the systems that we already have in place provide that, but this will actually extend it, especially internationally. So they're looking at saying, well, with this specification, I can have an open standard, and I can mix and match maybe best providers. So that's kind of why we don't build all of it. So we're building part of it, VeriSign's building part of it, and so they have this reliability, this check and balance, and so that adds to that reliability of the protocol. So it's not just a common tiered silo type solution.
So you've got a whole story to tell now, but what's the next chapter going to be?
So I think the next chapter is really looking at how the companies understand how to get the data inside there. And then they're going to look at real deployments, and they're going to do the full end-to-end interoperability. The database, looking at the database, getting the provision in there. And then I think there's going to be arrangements between operators, this federation or peering, to try to, how do I exchange this data? So I think the operators are going to be faced with talking to other operators and trying to leverage this ability. And then not only can they keep data on the IP network, they can take advantages of new services. So I see that really the next is operator-driven communication.
Fantastic. Sounds exciting.
Okay. Thank you.
We've been chatting about Enum with Robby Benedyk from Tekelec. Thank you very much, Robby.
Thank you.